Okay, so here we have a TvT, and the biggest problem I've been having is that my TvT is my weakest matchup. I'm losing most of them at this level, and I tend to be playing high silvers in HotS, which is when I'm asking them, they're either diamonds or platinums in Wings of Liberty. Even one master, but I don't know if that's true. But either way, I'm having the same problem, and the problem is that I know what's coming and have not been able to stop it. And I've heard this from a lot of other races, Zerg and Protoss, about Terran, so I feel their pain now. But I've been studying the problem and haven't really seen any great solutions, but then was thinking about it and came up with my own. So here's my solution. The problem is I'm getting dropped. They come in and they drop me with either a Widow Mine, a bunch of Widow Mines, or Widow Mines and Marines, some combination, or they drop me with Hellbats and some combination of additional units. So ultimately it's a drop with units that can get healed by the medevac plus Widow Mines or maybe Hellbats. And I'm getting beaten all the time, and then I'm getting out macroed. So I decided on a new strategy. Here it goes. First, scan, figure out what they're doing, and then once I know that they're going to go for that drop, which they basically all do, all do. I don't see like a no gas, multiple command center, multiple barracks play. It's an early gas, which as far as I'm concerned means medevac drop. So, knowing that, I keep one Marine out at the watchtower. The goal of this is to know when a frontal assault is coming and give me time to adapt, because I'm going to keep most of my units up in my base and I'm going to be ready for a drop. That's what I'm going to primarily defend against. I'm going to put a turret out here. I'm even going to put a turret in here. The turret in here will defend against Banshees. It will also defend against the medevac that boosts past the first group of turrets, because I've had even late game where I've had lines of turrets and the medevacs boost past and take no damage. So basically I then have a small defense out here, maybe a couple bunkers that are either empty or mostly empty, and I've got my Marine and my scouting here to know when they're coming at me. So that's the plan. And then the unit composition is right now Marine tank. So he does a scan, wants to know what I'm up to. Sees not much. He's getting his second barracks, and he's going for Reapers. Here comes the first Reaper. So I see the Reaper coming and send my units out. Protect this SCV. I see the Reaper running around. Send a couple guys this way, send one guy the back way. Basically scare him out. So now that I've done that, I go back to basics. If you look at the income, I'm at 22 to 20, so I'm not sacrificing any SCVs. I haven't lost any. I have lost one. Okay, so I lost one, but I haven't lost many, and I'm ahead of him. Now my next goal is to get that barracks, just in case there's a push. Get out my first tank, and then as quickly as I can. Oh, I need that eBay because I need those turrets up, which is going to deal with Banshees or medevacs. So his Reaper came out here to kill my SCV, so I sent out 2 Marines to kill it and retake that watchtower. It's really important because now I've got another command center going. He does not. He's going for the medevacs in mind. And he kills my unit, and I see 3 or 4 Marines. So I assume I'm going to get hit. Turret, turret. tank here. I bring my tank up here because there might be a force pushing. Again, why do I move my tank? Because it's pretty early, and I've got some turrets back here, and I've got another tank coming, but I saw a frontal push. So this could mean he's not medevac dropping. Could mean he's dropping up here. So I've got units here, I'm prepared. I've got turrets here to start doing damage to the medevacs, but I did see a frontal push, so I'm going to try to defend it. And here he comes. Drops the Widow Mines. He does another scan. And if I pause, he doesn't see the turrets. He just sees tanks and such. So, and a command center. And my command center is ahead of his. My harvesters are even now, but I'm going to skyrocket ahead now in the harvesters. His command center is up, and it's not quite done yet. Okay, medevac drop. So.
Add-on complete.
SCV ready.
He throws down a scan, he sees turrets. So he sees tank, turrets, tanks. He is not going to break this. No way, no how. Those Widow Mines are not going to land. Those Marines are going to die. So he's not going to get Widow Mine landing. And even if they do, and they burrow, I've got turrets to detect. So I'm anti-Widow Mine. I'm anti Hellbat. I'm anti-Medevac. And you know, I can cover anything. Now I bring out 2 bunkers, which are empty right now. Tank to defend. Maybe that tank should have been on the high ground, actually. He's got a Viking, but I'm not doing drops, so that's not a problem. Now he's going to drop in here. So, I spot the drop, send the units.
Complete.
We've got units here, we've got units here. Drops more units, tries to get the Widow Mines down. They all die because my tank is shooting stuff at crazy range. Let's go back to that one quick second. Dies. Marines. Everything dies. Big losses for him. I jump ahead in supply. My army is bigger than his. And look at that. I've got more harvesters. Why? Because I've been building harvesters all along. So, very successful defense. Another turret to more gas. And again, I don't need to get it down there immediately. It's not critical. It's critical that I had it early and that I'm building SCVs. I want to get a economy advantage and an army advantage, and then I'll have overall supply advantage. Tank, 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 tank. So again, he could push up in here, but he's going to take damage. I'm going to be able to run units over. I'm not medevac drop proof, but I'm in very good shape. And I'm ahead in economy. Drops his mules. Okay. Now, so I've got a second factory coming, armory, double eBay, 2 more barracks with reactors. He sees everything. I send out a Marine to retake the watchtower. He gets killed by the mine. Send out more Marines. One more guy, take damage, kill them both. Retake the watchtower. Again, why? Because I want to know if a frontal assault is coming or if a back assault is coming. Generally speaking, I can keep some more units up here. Double tank, so that he can't drop on one. He'd have to literally come all the way and drop directly on that tank. Medevac's taking damage that entire time. So, I then bring them back and leave 1 Marine. Now, I build more barracks, more supply depot, more barracks. So I'm getting a ton of barracks, ton of supply depots, getting my upgrades, combat shields, +1, +1. More tanks, turrets to prevent Widow Mines from coming, as well as drop her ass. So I'm basically turtling out, getting the supply advantage. And if you look at it, in the income tab, I'm ahead in workers. He did get up pretty high again in army, but he did that with medevacs, hellbats, and marines. If you look at his unit composition, 10 hellbats, 35 marines, a couple medevacs, not a great composition. My composition of tanks, which I have 9 of, marauders, marines, the upgrades on my units, +1, +1. He's got +2, +0, +1 defensive. He's got some decent upgrades too. Now, take my third. Again, WAD. Getting low here. This is oversaturated, or it's just net perfectly, or like max saturated. Build these, and now what I'm going to do is make a third command center, and I'm going to send a marine out somewhere here to scout. So, okay, here we go. Here's his force, which I don't know about. Here's my marine. So, it takes a hit. I see that. Boom, I see a force. Now what? Okay, I've got a moment. I need to get all my forces down there. So, I send everything down, unsiege everything. And now here's a huge crew. I run back while all my tanks are sieging up. So I did take a lot of heavy casualties here. But what I did not do is lose any tanks. I deflected an attack on my third. His third's up. My third's coming. But I've still got a supply advantage. And I've got a production advantage. All of his production structures are building now. Mine are built. Let's go back for a second here. After this push, he does a drop right on top of my units. I've got marines, tanks, does some decent damage, kills off a few of my tanks, but he loses everything. When he tries to pick up, like, kill that one medevac with everything in it, he drops down to 117 supply to 153. He lost huge losses there. I lost a little bit earlier on, but then I took out the rest of him. He's got a lot of supply and medevacs. You look at it, 10 medevacs, he's got just a little bit there. But here's the real story, is my production abilities. So I'm about to move my SCVs over there, and I'm coming out with a force, and now I'm going to start to, yep, all my reactors are ready. Push out here. See that my tanks are not on the low ground. I see the production facility. I want to get rid of those tech labs and stop him from building units. Most likely tanks or Thors. My units are a little low because I don't have medevacs, but I do have a reactor coming on my starport, so I'll have them. My medevacs are late, but I'm favoring unit production right now over medevac production. I got 8 marines coming at a time, and it could have been more. It could have been 9, 10. It could have been like 12, but I've got a lot of units producing. He's got a couple marines in Portugal. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to force him to attack. I'm going to kill that tech lab, run back. Move my tanks up, but just keep him out of range, because he's got the watchtower. He sees my units, which I didn't know, but either way, you just do not want to allow yourself to be killed because of these tanks got killed on siege. So keep them siege, a little bit more defensive. I'm losing a lot of units here, but none of my tanks are going down. Killed this building. The Thors are about to go down. I get just one last shot on that Thor. It goes down, and I run back. Just want to beat that one Thor down if you could repair it. And what do I have? I've got a ton of marines coming in here. Not to mention 11 more marines and marauder on the way to 2 tanks and medevac. So now, again, running up, taking all the tech labs, coming back, keeping the meat shield, which is very small here, but I've got more coming. You can see the blue units streaming across the map. Some tanks accidentally come over here. Medevac's healing. Killing that tech lab. That means you can only build 2 more doors at a time. We've got doors out there, but what do I have? More units coming in. We don't mind increasing damage on my tanks. But all my tanks see, I got more marines streaming in at just the right moment. More tanks coming in. His army value is negligible, mostly medevacs. On the production tab, 7 marines, 10 marines, marauders, tanks. He's got a bunch of marines coming out, so he does a little quick drop here. Doesn't matter. Ended up. Come in, kill his production facilities. That's the most important thing. Do not want to build any more units. His Widowmine gets me, spare me, kill all the Widowmines. He hates TvT. I hate TvT as well. So I don't need to. Take this command center down. Look at the income tab. Can't produce. He has 30 harvesters. I've killed 24 of them. And he's got a mining base over here, but I'm not concerned with the mining base. I'm concerned with production facilities. We build their turn production facilities, they're done, because it takes so much time to rebuild them. And while that's happening, I was building the last one. He does one last medevac drop. I kill it. 193 supply to 35 supply. If you look at the unit loss, double. So this all started from a protective base, 2 turrets, tanks in underneath the turrets preventing drops on them, a light defense here which really was being protected by scouting, so you really have to pick one place to put your units, a couple units down in here to prevent drops. Turrets, all this preventing Banshee drop, Cloak Banshee harass, Widowmine, Medevac plus Hellbat. So it was a very successful game, very well done in my book of implementing my strategy, and I was ahead in harvesters the entire game. I cannot tell you the last TvT game where I was ahead in harvesters the whole game. My macro is okay. I wouldn't say it's fantastic, but to out macro a player, to deal with all of his drops, to build additional barracks at the right time, get my production facilities up, and just stream in units with upgrades. Tank had +1, units had +2, +1. I probably could have gotten +3, +2 by that point, but it was pretty much game over. And yeah, just to push in at the right time and kill his production facilities as his doors were popping was really important. Just a very well played game. I could have lost it in a lot of different locations, but I think I stuck to my game plan and was successful. So I'm just going to take a quick look at the graph.